Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Neck, and we have got live tournament action coming at you right now on MLG's Shattered Temple. We are in Game 2 of this best-of-3 matchup. I did not get to see Game 1. They went ahead and started without me. Usually we make them replay it, but they were halfway through the game, and it was just Game 1. So a little bit of oversight there, but we were going to go ahead and let that stand. We will probably try and cast the replay for you guys. For YouTube, so we do apologize for everybody out there on the live stream that did miss Game 1, but I will try and get that up and make sure that everybody gets to see that on YouTube as well. But yeah, SCDPride versus SCDZingy, so these guys are clanmates, and Zingy is a Grandmaster, Pride is a Master level player. Both of these guys phenomenal players, but very excited to have a Zingy playing because it's not often we get too many Grandmasters in our tournaments. And so this is a semifinal match. He is up 1 game to his opponent and friend, but this will be interesting to see where we're going to go from here. Scouting in this direction right now, going to know where his opponent is. Now we are on MLG's version of Shattered Temple, so he will know now to send his drone up into this base. He cannot spawn in this location here, so he will probably know that. We'll see if he knows for sure here in just a moment. But let's take a look at APM. It's always fun to see. Oh my goodness, Zingy, 259 average. He is peaking at over 500 APM. Oh my goodness. What the brutal is going on? That guy is insane with those movements. Oh, look at that. His low average is ridiculous high too when it comes down to it. My goodness. But both of these guys have pretty solid APM. Pride 165, he is peaking at well over 200 when he gets going. But this will be interesting to see. We do have a a Terran versus Zerg, and so that's going to be pretty solid. Let's take a look here. Pride is going to be spawning as pink here at the 2 o'clock position, and at the 8 o'clock position we do find Zingy, so do have those cross positions here. Zingy is taking his expand here fairly quickly. He does have his spawning pool up first, so note that, ladies and gentlemen, he is not fast expanding, and he is a Grandmaster player, so in cross positions on Shattered Temple, so that's interesting to note here. But it is a fairly quick expand. Let's take a look at units tab here for just a moment. 15 to 15 for harvester count. Pride does have his orbital command up and running, so he's utilizing that mule, which is going to be super effective at giving him a slight economic advantage. However, Zingy is going to be droning up pretty heavy at the same time, so going to be interesting to see. We do have double racks going down here in the back. A third already completed here at the at the ramp for Pride, so triple racks here. Reactor on this one. Let's see what he's got going here. Just going to pump out some Marines from this, it appears. We'll see if he's going to get any more tech. Nope, just going for straight Marines. Now that could mean a couple different things. Maybe he is going to go for some serious Hellion play here in just a moment, or he could be going potentially for kind of a slightly late. Well, actually it doesn't mean that. I would say probably Hellions, either that or just Mass Marine, but maybe he'll go try and set up a bunker contain or something, but that seems a little less than effective given the point in the game already. So interested to see what he is going to be doing with that, but he is sending out some of these Marines across the field right now. Interesting. Here comes the scout. Denied here by Pride, so good job there. Lots and lots of Marines, so it looks like he's going to be putting on some 3 racks pressure. Oh my goodness, I say that, and then what does he do but yanks a couple extra units to come with, and here comes the push. My goodness. Zingy is going to be setting himself up defensively here. I think he does know what's going on at this point. And if he does not, he has potential here to be prepared for that. But here comes the attack. Are we going to get a flank here? does see the entire force coming. Zingy is going to be supply blocked there for just a moment. Did have one pop out there, so he's still supply blocked, but less so than he was before. And oh my goodness, look at this force. Banelings. Nice control here by Pride. Looks like he is serious about trying to take this win down here. Focusing down the Baneling nest, not a bad idea at this point. But his rallied reinforced units here are getting slaughtered. And now he's cruising out across the field. He's going to need to put this wall up, or he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Maybe not. Zingy just focusing on taking out these reinforcing units here. But going right into the main here for Pride. Looks like he is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage here. Interesting stuff. And there's the GG from Zingy. So we'll be going into game number 3. That is very, very interesting. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see, too much of Zingy's play there. He was so stuck having to defend there. We didn't really get to see how he transitions into his mid-game, but hopefully we'll get to see that in the next one. But congratulations to Pride taking a win off of Grandmaster there with a pretty nice all-in push. But we'll go into game 3 here in just a moment. Don't alt-tab, always alt-StarCraft. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Neck. We have got more live tournament action coming at you right now. This is the last semifinal game. In the last semifinal match, we are going to be watching SCDPride versus SCDZingy. And my goodness, Pride really doing a nice all-in push there. It was pretty well planned out. Kind of fun to watch. Now the pressure on both players to see who can take this win out to go into the final match here. And Duh out there on the live streaming calling an early bunker rush. He is saying he'd like to see one. I don't blame him, man. I kind of like Pride's play there. That heavy marine play is looking pretty solid. Going to be walling off here, though. We'll see what he's going to have going for us. Supply block there for just a moment, no big deal. So let's get into this here for just a moment. Zingy is going to be spawning as Teal Zerg here at the top right, and at the top left we do find Pride spawning as Pink Terran. Going to be interesting now. I mean, we haven't really got to see anything from these players yet, which that makes me a little sad, but that's okay. We will get that replay up for everybody to watch from game number 1, which did go on for a little while, so kind of interesting there. But, I mean, we didn't get to see the true side of Pride. I mean, unless he always all-in pushes his opponent, I guess. But I imagine that he's probably got a little bit better play than just that in his bag of tricks. That's a play that you don't necessarily try and pull all the time, especially if you're a master level player. Usually you've got a pretty decent build order in many other respects. We'll see what we can pull out of Pride in this game, but that's a nice way to mix things up in a tournament where it's only best of 3, and try and take a sneaky little win like that. So it was actually pretty well done. But Zingy does have his expand going down here. Good timing, it looks like. No gas quite yet. Expand going down for Pride right where he wants it. Not going to bother with flying it out there. Going to be starting to work on his wall in here at the expansion. Moving that barracks out. I like this play quite a bit. But lots of Zerglings on the field right now for Zingy, so he's going to be maintaining probably some good scouting and map control here Going to be taking one gas. Probably wants to get his speed out here fairly soon. Let's take a look at units tab for just a moment. Zingy slightly behind economically, 15 drones to 18 SCVs. He will obviously remedy that, though. He does have the ability to spawn multiple at one time. Production tab going to show that he has got 2 in production right now. But this Wallen about to complete for Pride, so kind of interesting stuff here. He is on double gas, so I'm interested to see where he's going to tech from this, because that's a lot of gas to have with just barracks, with just 3 barracks with no tech labs. So yeah, I'm half expecting to see some tech go down immediately. There it is right there. We do have a factory. But look at the map control from Zingy. Let's take a look at APM here for just a moment. Man, goodness. Boy, both of these guys really know how to move it around, that's for sure. But really good map control here by Zingy. He's got stuff placed all over the map. Woo, yawning. Don't get old. That's the best advice I can give all of you guys out there. But we do have this orbital command on the way at the natural. Units tab's going to show that Zingy is now starting to take the lead economically, droning up pretty heavy at this point. Factory going straight for a reactor, so looking like we're going to see some Hellion play here, I would assume. Oh, maybe not. We might see Cloak Banshees. Or I mean, not Cloak Banshees, but Medivacs. This would have to be a tech lab if we were going to see Cloak Banshees. But just staying on the 2 gas, so we might see some Hellion drops or something. We'll see what the case is going to be there. This could be interesting. Or he may just be using this factory just to get him straight to Starport. So, just depends. I mean, I'm not terribly familiar with this player, so could be just about anything at this point. The timings don't make tons of sense to me. You know, I can't really guess what the exact build is. Looks like he is going to be getting Medivacs out, so we now do know for sure. Double Medivacs on the way. But keeping the factory, not going to be going for Hellion, so looks like he's going to get into some ragey drop play potentially. Stim is going down right now, so this could be very, very interesting. Do have a bunker going down for defense here on the low ground. Let's take a look at what we've got in Zingy's base. Double gas here going completely unutilized. These gas are, however, being mined pretty solid. We got Roach Warren just now going down. We have Evolution Chamber just completing. See if he's going to pop out any of these upgrades for us. But a lot of Zerglings cruising out here. We do have Banelings coming into existence. I guess we could call it morphing. That's fine. But Queen out here, forward Queen, going to be spreading creep, taking a 3rd here for Zingy as well. This is great timing. I like the timing that he's got here. But he has got a lot of gas going, 4 gas. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do with that. That's more than enough gas to be working on Roach Warrens. But here comes our first drop from Pride. Nice play there by Pride. He did save quite a few of those Marines. Some of them did go down to the Banelings, but he did a lot of damage. Units lost is going to show. Indeed, Zingy did take a small beating there. 775 resources lost. Pretty solid stuff. Let's take a look. Where is he headed with these? Going to be dropping them here at the Zelnaga Tower just for a moment. I'm kind of expecting him to go try and take out maybe this expand or something, but he hasn't really scouted it yet, so I'm interested to see where he's going to head from here. In his base, he is taking another command center, though, so looks like he's going to be flying that one here into this forward position, which can be super effective, especially if he makes it into a, what do you call it? What's the big building that shoots? It's got guns on top. You guys know what I'm talking about. Planetary Fortress, that's the one. Poking in here with this Overseer to see what's going on, not getting tons of information. But he is, here comes this other drop. Ooh, nice control here. Looks like these Marines are starting to get whittled down. He can put them right here. I think they might be in range of that spine crawler. Interesting. This guy going back for recruits, and who wants to come do some drops? It's this girl. She thinks that all she has to do is wink at Marines, and they'll go put themselves on their lives on the line in the middle of a Zerg base. And I guess she's right. But here comes a potential push. We do have tanks. We do have siege. Command Center going to be flying out. Looks like he is going to be taking this one straight to Planetary Fortress. Do not blame him. At the same time, Zingy is going to be taking his 4th. Lots and lots of Banelings here. And Zerglings all over the map, really. Does have his Infestation Pit. Going to be going for double Evo. He is working on Melee level 2 right now. Here comes a fairly substantial drop. Scouted, however, and Zingy is going to be getting himself in position to defend that. Good fungals going down there. Wow, and that evened up the resources lost tab pretty good. And Pride just letting these poor medevacs get wailed on by Queens. Lost a little bit more than he had to there, so kind of bad decision maybe. But that's okay. Looks like he is going to be gearing up to complete this Planetary Fortress, putting him on a fairly secure 3 base. But the problem now is that units tab showing Zingy is cruising for a bruising with his economy. He's got 70 drones to his opponent's 53. So Pride has really got to make something happen here with tech potentially. But he's working on more tanks, so I don't blame him there. Tanks can be super effective, especially at defense against this type of unit mixture. Good fungal there. Nice control of the tanks there by Pride. Going to be setting himself up in this forward position. So, I mean, this is nice stuff. Both of these players just kind of macroing up here. Zingy does have 75 drones now. He's pretty secure on his 4 base rather. His main is still mining pretty solid, so he's in great position right now. Looks like we might have some more drops here from Pride. Don't blame him. He has got to be really pesky, I think, at this point to make something happen. Especially with the unit composition that he's chosen here in this tech pattern, so not a bad idea. Here come the Marines stimming in. Nice split there, pretty good control. Nice fungal growth by this infestor though. Most of those Marines going down because of that fungal, so nicely done there by Zingy. Great defense. Units lost is going to show that Pride is indeed starting to fall behind in those units lost. So Zingy gearing up to just really have the superior late game advantage in this matchup. But nice forward position here by Pride. I mean, he does have quite a few tanks. Uh-oh. This is being scouted, so I imagine that Zingy is going to figure this out. But it looks like Pride going to be committing to this attack here. Going to be taking out this hatchery. Here comes the force from Zingy, though. Oh my goodness, all these tanks getting obliterated. That did not work. But Zingy's forced slightly out of position now. Pride going to be trying to take out this expand. Does force the cancel there. And there's the GG from Pride. So congratulations to Zingy. He will be moving on in the tournament. We're about to go into that final. But very nicely done there by Pride. We hope to see you next week, buddy. That was awesome stuff. So thanks very much. But congratulations yet again to Zingy. We'll be seeing him in the finals here in just a moment. Don't alt tab. Always alt StarCraft. We'll see you guys then.